Well, hellfire. It is Rock the Riff, and I am back for another Metalhead Envy. Today, I am checking out the Titans of the Immortal Emperor. uh, this request comes from Wolfmusic, who was hanging out in my streams while I was playing the Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Mentioned that he made music and was hoping I would check out one of the songs he had created. So it is now that time. I have come up on it. He says, "Hey brother, would love it if you gave me your honest opinion for this song I made, um, Titans of the Immortal Emperor." So I think there's a few different versions. This is the English version, but I like the artwork here. It's kind of a to me this is kind of a mixture of Gundam and Warhammer. Maybe I'm crazy. But let's dive on in. Okay. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, the melody and everything right now makes me think of Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean, however that's supposed to be said.
On the shadow clad, the scaffolds apart. Tyrannies descend, endless waves from the start. Ravenous creatures come to consume. Their thirst for destruction leads the ground boom. Behold the arrival, the space marines bold. Got the time to set the helm, the courage untold in the smoke.
Okay. Wolf, are those the vocals? Is that somebody singing with a lot of auto tune on, or is that AI? Because that those vocals sound like how AI vocals sound to my ears. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm wrong. I like the instrumentation a shit ton so far.
Leads the ground boom. Behold the arrival, the space marines bold. Got the time to set the helm, the courage untold in the smoke and ash. The hammers roar, the sacred armor defying the war. We are the angels of death, the sons of steel. The emperor's hammer strikes at no appeal. Under the roar of bolters, the horde will fall. Tyrannies and heretics will bury them all. For the emperor we strike without regret. The galaxy burns but we stand, never beset.
Okay. Yeah, I like the guitar riffs. I like the drums. I feel like the drums are the MVP. The drums are the life, the momentum of this shit. Or they're normally the momentum, but uh, I like where we're going so far. We're only a minute in. Let's keep rolling.
Bones of citadels, the ground shakes. The Xenos charge, but our will never breaks. Titus leads forward in a whirlwind of wrath. His chains for saints carving a bloody path. Tyrant warriors, massive and fierce, stand before us, the claws deadly and fierce, but none withstand the thunder hammers blow. The crown crimson Titus delivers the final show. We are the angels of death, the sons of steel. The emperor's hammer strikes with no appeal. Under the roar of bolters, the horde will fall. Tyrannies are heretics, will bury them all. For the emperor we strike without regret. The galaxy burns, but we stand, never beset. Across the battlefield, the charge begins. Sergeants shouting as the war hymn spins. The dreadnought march is breaking enemy lines. Terminators unleash storms of endless design. The sky darkens with the tyrannous wars, but nothing halts our lethal wars. Titus relentless slashes the beast. For terror, for the Imperium, he never retreats.
I like the what little bit of the lyrics I'm catching. It's cool. I don't know enough of the Warhammer 40k lore, so I feel like somebody that's super into the lore would have to give you a more educated opinion on this track. I can go music, like I feel like I do have a little bit of music knowledge. If these vocals sounded more real, I feel like would help sell this track. The vocals are so like robotic. It just sounds like AI. Which don't get me wrong, like I know a lot of people like that. Some people like the AI vocal style, some people don't. I'm kind of in between because not gonna never say that I've never heard any AI vocals that sounded good, but the musician artist in me is like a real singer always. I'd rather support real singing and all that. And I feel like that's what this track needs. It's got the medieval metal feel to it and everything. We're 2 minutes and 8 seconds in. I hope we get some fucking killer guitar solos. I'm curious where we're going, but the drums sound decent. I guess I don't know if they're. I'm assuming they're programmed, but they're good. Like I said, it's a very Pirates of the Caribbean kind of melody, but I I feel like it would be a mixture. If you're a big 40K lore fan, I feel like they would like the song more because they're getting every reference that's being said. From me playing that one game and understanding the lore to a certain extent, I'm kind of getting the references, but I can't. For me in my ears, it's hard for me to get past the the way the vocals sound, not the melody overall, and not what the lyrics are, but just that super auto tune that's enveloped them or whatever you however whatever the best way to say it. It's like that auto tune AI is wrapped around them vocals hardcore.
We are the angels of death, the sons of steel. The emperor's hammer strikes with no appeal. Under the roar of bolters, the horde will fall. Tyranids or heretics will bury them all. For the emperor we strike without regret. The galaxy burns while we stand, never beset. In the depths of the hive, foul and vile, dragon space is the ultimate muscle battle style. The claws of a carnifex tear through the air, but the thunder hammer smashes its flesh without care. The Tyranids are countless while our courage stands bright. With every strike down, they scatter in flight. In this endless war, the emperor guides our aim. Our souls forged in battle against the abyss and flame. We are the angels of death, the sons of steel. The emperor's hammer strikes with no appeal. Under the roar of bolters, the horde will fall. Tyranids or heretics will bury them all. For the emperor we strike without regret. The galaxy burns but we stand, never beset. Though the world struck, though the war never ends, but today on this planet we survive to bend. Tyranids slaughtered, their corpses lying the ground. The space marines victorious, standing proud and sound.
Okay. All right. That was interesting. Uh I feel like that is such a strong backbones of something really like it's interesting, it's cool, but the musician in me wants I feel like I don't know how you made the song, Wolf. I remember talking in the stream with you and you talking about it, but now I'm curious if a lot of it was done. The drums are programmed. I don't know how, like, I know they program guitar, you can do program guitars now. And not saying that that's terrible because I've heard some tracks with programmed guitars and they sound killer, but I'm a guitarist, so I want real guitars. The musician in me wants all real instruments, but I have a mixed like I was saying earlier. I'm mixed on it because I've met plenty of people that love music, fucking have such a passion for it, don't have the talent to actually play an instrument. So to me, it's like if you're able to sit down and create a song, be able to program a lot of this, you're still it's like especially when it's coming from a good place and it's like you love music, you love this, that. Uh so going the program route, I still think you can write some really cool stuff. Uh I think the cons of this track, I would say for me, and this is all opinion based, somebody else was might feel totally different. The vocals, they've got too much auto tune on them, but their placement and their melody is perfect. Like how they fall within the tracks, perfect. The overall melody that they're going for is perfect, but you just need them to sound real. Like you need a singer that can hit that because it's interesting. If you had somebody that can actually sing all that, that's really fucking cool. Or if somebody's really singing that and it's just a mix and master thing, then I would tweak with the mix and master. I would go in and get those vocals sounding real or closer to real because I'm not. I know in today's music, most vocals get tweaked like a motherfucker. Most vocals after being recorded go through a lot of buses and reverbs and delays and frequency control and all that kind of stuff, which that's normal. But the song wise, I would have some change ups because I feel like this thing has a verse and a chorus. And even though it's short, 3 minutes, 24 seconds, it's still to me verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, and then we get that little bitty outro right there at the end. That little bit of change up right there at the end. I would have done a verse, chorus, breakdown, guitar solo, then hit that chorus one more time, and then an outro. If that's how this is being done, if you're sitting down, because it's like myself, I it's like my shorts that you see here on my channel. I'm using Easy Drummer 2 as the drums. Now, that's not me. I don't sit down and actually program out where the snare and the bass and the hi-hat and the cymbal crash, all that goes. And Easy Drummer 2 basically is a MIDI library of real drummers that they've recorded going in and doing certain things. And then it's in a program that you can tweak and change your BPM and all that. But it's a lot of just drum loops that I use to do that. So that I feel like that's what keeps me kind of neutral when it comes to how music is made. Uh, I feel like if this is an AI song, because that's what I'm thinking, just from hearing it, uh, AI used in the right hands is really cool. I feel like it's such a cool tool to help build where you're trying to go, especially if you're in a place that you want to create music but you can't, like you can't play drums or you can't play guitar, you can't play bass. Like I think that's so fucking cool because I've met people. I've known a lot of people through the years that they love music just as much as me, but they could not grasp how to play an instrument. But they still was like, man, they would sit with me. We'd be writing guitar, or I'd be writing guitar lines, and they'd be like, "Well, man, why don't you try going like like?" And it's hard to understand anybody else's vision, and so that's how I feel. Overall, I know I've kind of repeated myself a few times in this video, but that's how I feel. I feel like that's the backbones of something spectacular. I think it's cool where it sets now, but adding a little bit of flair and then tweaking and then fixing. I think the vocals is what hurts this version of it the most, and that's just because they sound so AI. Like even if it still had a little bit of that auto tune twang on certain things, it just needs to be dialed back a hair. Or I wouldn't honestly I wouldn't say a hair. I dial the roboticness of it down a lot. But I am curious. I'm curious anybody watching this video if you're big into the Warhammer 40K lore, what you think of the story being told in this song. Because I don't know the lore enough to comment on what's being told. I'm hearing certain words that I know, and I'm like, yeah. But that was interesting, Wolf. thank you so much for making the request, because this is what I'm talking about. Like, I want to the Metalhead Envy series to me is a series where it's like I get to explore and hear music that I would not normally get a chance to listen to, and then see across the world what other people think is good, is not good, what just a melting pot of music, basically. So thank you for making this request. I hope you don't take what I'm saying too harsh, because I mean all this in a constructive way. I want every artist that really loves music and loves putting in the work and time and putting their heart and soul out there for us all to judge and listen to. I want people to succeed. That's my main goal. I want to succeed, and I want you to succeed. But if this ends up being your first time to the channel, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are. Like I said, I'm curious, anybody commenting that knows the Warhammer 40K lore, what y'all think of the story. And yeah, stay positive, stay rocking, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.